Everyone talks about passive income like it is simple. Set it up once, walk away, and watch the money roll in while you sleep. And every time I used to hear that pitch, something felt off about it. Because nobody was ever honest about the part that comes before the passive. The months of failed attempts, the strategies that sounded great in a YouTube thumbnail and produced almost nothing in practice. The ones that were actually just low-paying jobs with extra steps disguised as income streams. So I stopped listening to the theory and started running the experiments myself. 5 passive income side hustles. Real time, real money, real results, and real failures. And what I found is that 2 of them were genuinely game-changing. 1 was decent with the right expectations, and 2 were almost complete wastes of time that I wish someone had warned me about before I started. My name is Thomas, and this channel is about finance, automation, and building income streams that actually compound over time. If you are new here, welcome. Hit that like button right now and subscribe so you never miss a video. Today, I am walking you through all 5 side hustles I tested. The real numbers, the honest time investment, and exactly which ones worked and which ones did not. So you can skip the experiments I already ran and go straight to what actually produces results. Let's get into it. Let us go through all 5 in order, starting with the ones that did not work the way I expected, and building toward the ones that genuinely changed the income picture. The first side hustle I tried was print on demand. Print on demand is one of the most widely promoted passive income ideas on the internet. The premise is compelling. You create designs, upload them to a platform like Redbubble, Merch by Amazon, or Printful, and every time someone buys a product featuring your design, a t-shirt, a mug, a phone case, the platform handles the printing, shipping, and customer service. You collect a royalty, completely hands-off once the design is uploaded. Here is what actually happened. I spent 3 weeks creating designs, uploading them, and doing basic keyword research to make the listings discoverable. The result after 90 days was 11 sales and $42 in total royalties. Before you laugh, that is actually not unusual for someone starting from zero with no existing audience or design background. The platform is so saturated with millions of competing designs that discoverability, without either a large social following to drive traffic or a significant paid advertising budget, is close to impossible. Print on demand does work, but it works for designers with established audiences or for operators willing to run paid traffic to their storefronts at a cost that most beginners do not account for. As a truly passive income stream for someone starting with no audience and no design expertise, the realistic timeline to meaningful income is measured in years, not months, and the revenue per hour of setup time is among the lowest of any side hustle I tested. The second side hustle I tried was peer-to-peer lending. Peer-to-peer lending platforms allow individual investors to fund personal loans to borrowers in exchange for interest payments, essentially acting as a small bank and collecting the spread between the platform's borrower interest rate and the investor's return. The pitch is attractive. Historical advertised returns on some platforms have ranged from 5 to 12% annually, competitive with or exceeding stock market alternatives with the appeal of monthly income rather than long-term appreciation. The reality is significantly more complicated. Default rates on peer-to-peer loans, particularly in the lower credit quality tiers that offer higher interest rates, can be substantial. Several of the major peer-to-peer lending platforms that were prominent 5 years ago have either shut down, restricted retail investor access, or significantly underperformed their advertised returns when defaults are fully accounted for. The platforms that remain accessible in the United States have largely moved to institutional investor models, reducing the retail opportunity significantly. My experience with peer-to-peer lending produced returns that were positive but nowhere near what the headline rates suggested. Once I accounted for defaults, platform fees, and the time spent monitoring and reinvesting maturing loans. It is not a terrible instrument, but it is decidedly not passive in practice, and the risk-adjusted return compared to simply buying a bond index fund is difficult to justify for most investors. The third side hustle I tried was dividend investing. Dividend investing, building a portfolio of stocks or funds that pay regular cash dividends to shareholders, is the first of the 5 that I would genuinely recommend, with the right framing. The strategy involves buying shares in companies or funds that distribute a portion of their profits to shareholders on a quarterly or monthly basis. As the portfolio grows, the dividend income grows with it, creating an income stream that compounds over time as dividends are reinvested into more shares that generate more dividends. The key honest reality about dividend investing is the timeline. In the early stages, when the portfolio is small, the income is modest. My first year of dividend investing on a starting portfolio of around $10,000 generated approximately $400 in dividends. That is not life-changing money. But here is what that number represents: a $40 per month income stream that requires zero ongoing work, that will grow as dividends are reinvested, and that has historically increased in absolute dollar terms as underlying companies raise their dividends annually. The same portfolio, compounding for 10 years with consistent monthly contributions, tells a dramatically different story. Dividend investing is genuinely passive once the portfolio is built and the reinvestment is automated. It is not a get-rich-quick strategy. It is a get-rich, certainly over time strategy. For anyone willing to be patient and consistent, it is one of the most reliable and truly hands-off income-building strategies available. And unlike almost every other passive income vehicle, the income stream becomes more robust over time rather than more fragile. The fourth side hustle I tried was digital product creation. Digital products, ebooks, templates, spreadsheets, courses, preset packs, Notion dashboards, Canva templates, are one of the most genuinely scalable passive income ideas available because the economics are extraordinary. You create the product once, and the marginal cost of selling one more copy is effectively zero. The profit margin on each sale is close to 100% after platform fees, and the product can sell while you sleep, on vacation, or while you are working on the next product. I created a financial planning spreadsheet template, a tool that helps people track their income, expenses, savings rate, and investment progress, and listed it on Gumroad and Etsy. The first month produced 9 sales and $183. By month 4, after collecting reviews, refining the listing, and cross-promoting it through this channel's social media presence, it was generating between $400 and $700 per month consistently with almost no ongoing maintenance. The honest variable here is distribution. A digital product without traffic is just a file sitting on a server. The traffic source matters enormously, whether it is an existing social media audience, SEO-optimized listings on marketplace platforms, email marketing, or paid advertising. Creators who already have an audience, even a small one, can launch a digital product and see meaningful early traction. For someone starting from complete zero with no platform, the product itself is only half the challenge. Building the discovery mechanism is the other half, and it is the part that takes the most time. But once that flywheel is turning, digital products represent some of the most genuinely passive income available to an individual creator. The fifth side hustle I tried was content monetization through an automated YouTube channel. This one produced the most income, required the most upfront work, and took the longest to start generating meaningful returns. But the outcome over time was significant enough that it fundamentally changed my thinking about what passive income actually means at scale. An automated YouTube channel, also called a faceless YouTube channel, is a channel that publishes content without the creator appearing on camera. Videos are built using stock footage, AI-generated voiceover or hired narrators, and scripted content covering topics with established search demand. The monetization comes through YouTube AdSense once the channel reaches the eligibility threshold of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, plus sponsorship deals, affiliate links embedded in video descriptions, and digital product cross-promotion. The time to monetization is real and significant. My channel took approximately 6 months and 42 published videos before hitting the monetization threshold. That is a meaningful upfront investment of time, effort, and in some cases money if you hire writers or voice talent. But once monetized, a channel with even modest traffic generates AdSense revenue that runs continuously. Every view of every video, including videos published months or years earlier, generates income. Old content continues working, new content compounds on top of it, and the channel becomes a distribution platform for every other income stream. Digital products, affiliate offers, sponsorships, simultaneously. Month 12 on the channel produced approximately $2,300 across AdSense, one affiliate partnership, and digital product sales driven through video descriptions. Month 18 produced over $4,000. The income is not evenly distributed and requires consistent content output to grow. But the compounding nature of a library of monetized content, growing in views over time, is the closest thing to genuine scalable passive income I found across all 5 experiments. The honest summary of all 5 is this: print on demand and peer-to-peer lending underdelivered significantly relative to the effort and expectation involved. Dividend investing is the most reliable and truly passive option, but requires patience and a multi-year compounding horizon. Digital products offer extraordinary margin and scalability, but distribution is the challenge that determines success or failure. And automated content monetization offers the highest income ceiling of all 5, but demands the most upfront investment before the passive element kicks in. The right choice depends entirely on your starting assets, your capital, your skills, your existing audience, and how much time you have to invest before the returns arrive. So there it is, 5 passive income side hustles tested, the real results, and the honest verdict on each one. Print on demand is oversaturated and underperforms without an existing audience or paid traffic strategy. Peer-to-peer lending sounds better in theory than it performs in practice, with default risk and platform limitations eating into the headline returns. Dividend investing is the most genuinely passive option available, and builds reliably over time for anyone willing to be patient. Digital products offer extraordinary margins and real scalability, but only when paired with a real distribution strategy. And automated content monetization takes the longest to build, but produces the most compounding, scalable income of all 5 when executed with consistency. Passive income is real, but the passive part almost always comes after a period of active, deliberate building. The question is not which one is easiest. The question is which one you are willing to build. If this video saved you months of trial and error, please hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel grow. And if you are not subscribed yet, click that button right now so you never miss what is coming next. See you in the next one.